times per week should you be mentioning the name of your products and your company? The answer is never, because of the 3 personal branding tips that I'm going to share with you in this episode. First, I'm going to tell you how to figure out exactly what your personal brand should be. Secondly, I'm going to show you how to take your personal brand and get more customers and team members with it. And thirdly, I'm going to show you how to get your personal brand in front of more leads and more prospects that are ready to buy right now. When you think of Nike, what do you think of? Sports, apparel, shoes, fitness. When you think of Disneyland, what comes to mind? Families, vacation, happiness. They became known for those things because they had a singular focus. They weren't all over the place. You would never walk into a Nike store and expect to find video games. Your personal brand should do the same thing. When they're looking for your niche, your name should come to mind. And the way that you do that is by focusing on your personal brand. What is your mission statement? What do you want to accomplish? So how do you figure out what your brand is? Well, first of all, you need to know what your brand isn't. Your brand is not your network marketing company's name, and it's also not their products. Your personal brand is you. What do you like to do? What are you passionate about? What are your hobbies? What makes you tick? This becomes your personal brand. Just like Nike attracts people that are focused on health and fitness and sports, your brand will attract people that are passionate and love the same kind of things just like you do. Have you ever been on a blind date? When you go on a blind date, you're really just trying to figure out more about the other person. You're asking questions, you're getting to know them, you're finding out if you have things in common, if you even want to be with them. Does that person have habits that just drive you bonkers? Do you have anything that you can talk about? Or is it just a bust and you move on to the next person? That's what you're doing with your personal brand. You're sharing the things that you like, the things that you don't like. You're sharing the things that you're passionate about. And other people are coming to you to find out if you have things in common. People do business with people, not with businesses. So as they come to you, they're finding out if they like you. They're getting to know you better. Do they trust you? Do they want to hang out with you? Do they want to go to training events? Do they want to be a business partner with you? And likewise, you're also finding out if you like the other person. Have you ever had somebody on your team who was just not the right fit? Usually when that happens, it's because you didn't get to know them. You want to date your audience. This is like a job interview. When you apply to a job, you're writing down all of the reasons why you're a great fit for that company, but they still have you come in person to find out if you mesh with their company, if you align with their values, if they like you as a person, if they want to be around you, and if you'd fit in with the other employees. The same goes true with your personal brand. People are just finding out if they like you or if you're not their cup of tea, and that's okay. You're gonna attract the right people and you're gonna repel the wrong people. Social media is gonna do all that sifting and sorting for you. Some people will like you, some people won't like you. So what? It doesn't matter. Let me know in the comments, what's something that you're super passionate about? When Victoria started working with me, she was having problems with her upline. She didn't like the way that they were pressuring her to build her business, and she didn't feel comfortable with the things that they were telling her that she had to do to be successful. And she kind of turned into a yes man. She was just kind of going through the motions of trying to build her business, but she didn't feel authentic and it didn't feel real to her. When we started working together, she realized that her posts had been all over the place. She was not consistent with her messaging. This was not only causing her frustration because she didn't know what to post, it wasn't gaining traction, her business wasn't growing, but it was also causing confused people. They didn't know what Victoria was doing, and so they didn't want to join her. We found a theme that perfectly aligned with what Victoria was all about. She was able to use this mission and her message to attract other people that were just like her. She was able to build her network marketing business around creating and setting boundaries. Would you like to have my help building your network marketing team? My email is in the description. Send me an email and let me know that you'd like to apply to work with me. The fastest and quickest way to grow your network marketing business is by getting your personal brand in front of as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. But learning social media platforms and coming up with content can be daunting and overwhelming and extremely time consuming. Have you ever sat and stared at your computer screen while you tried to come up with something interesting that your audience would care about? How many hours per week do you spend banging your head against the wall trying to come up with content to post on social media that will lead people to make a buying decision? The best way to create content is to get in the zone. Once you're in that zone, creating content becomes really easy. Have you ever been somewhere and you've come up with content and you're like, man, why didn't I have that yesterday when I was trying to figure out what to post? Have you ever written a post and all of a sudden you've got 10 other post ideas? That's what happens, right? You're in the moment, you're in the zone, you are totally dialed in on your message and on your mission. And then when you go to post it the next day, it's gone. There's two big tips for creating content. The first one is when you have an idea for a post, write it down right then before you forget about it. I have a notebook in my purse that I grab out that I can quickly write down notes because I'm a really hands-on visual person and I like to have it in a notebook. However, there are times that I don't have my purse and my notebook is not with me, and that's when I'll whip out my phone and I'll jot down notes in my phone about what I want to post about. And then what I do with that is that I have one day a week, my day is on Sunday, where I'll pull out those notes and I'll pull out my phone and I'll create my content for the week. Now, sometimes my week is not as creative as that. And if that's the case, that's okay. On Sunday, when I'm batching my content, what I'll do is I'll listen to my pump up music and I'll read a chapter out of a book or sometimes listen to a podcast. And this gets me thinking about stories and experiences, and now I'm in the zone. And it makes it really quick and really easy to write out posts for the week because my mind is already there and I'm already thinking about it. Let me know in the comments, what's your biggest tip for creating content for social media? If you haven't done so already and you want my personal help to build your brand on social media, send me an email and apply to work with me. Thanks for watching today. Click that subscribe button and like this video, and I'll see you next time.